Okay, so we're going to go into the final part of this lesson, and we're going to continue with the two suits that are remaining, the suit of swords and the suit of pentacles. After I get through them, then I'm going to talk a little bit more about the seasonal meanings of each suit. So make sure you take notes on that as well. So we're going to dive into the suit of swords. The suit of swords is very interesting. It's represented by the element of air, and it's very much tied to the air signs, obviously, which is very much tied to logic, mental thinking, thought, clarity. We begin with the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is a very interesting card because it can also be very much tied to victory, especially if you've gone through a troubled period. It can be even indicative of surgery, indicated by the cutting motion of the sword piercing through the clouds. And it almost looks like the symbol of uh, the symbol that you see at the doctor's office with the snake. Instead, we have the garland. It's very much tied to the swords, can be very relative to health and a reading. The Ace of Swords, though, is victory. It's a new beginning of a time out of strength, out of adversity. So if you've had a period of significant trouble or a period of things not working out and the Ace of Swords appears, it's a victory card that everything basically is going to be reawakened again. It's a real card of re-emerging strength, a card of success, and it's a wonderful start to new beginnings. So the Ace of Cards is the Ace of Swords is a very strong card for victory in new beginnings. Now going forward with the Two of Swords, she is blindfolded. She has both swords crossing over her. She's basically in denial of a situation. She's blindfolded to what's going on around her. She basically doesn't want to see what's happening. So this card, when it pops up in readings, this can be a great card or indicator of denial in a situation, feeling blindfolded, not sure how to proceed in a situation, what direction to take. You're not trusting yourself. You really don't have all the answers. This is a great card of acknowledging that someone is in denial about something and is blindfolded, but the message is there's capabilities of taking that blindfold off. The Three of Swords is, if you look at it, it's a heart with three swords piercing it. This can be heartbreak, this can be sudden loss, this can be sorrow, this can be the earliest stages of that. So the Three of Swords can indicate pain, heartbreak, sorrow. It can even indicate betrayal, but on a not so much of a major level that you would see in the major arcana cards of deception, but kind of like in the present moment. Or let's say you just started a relationship and you want to see its potential in the next 4 months to 6 months to a year, and this card would appear. There may be indicators that there may be trouble coming, or it may be short-lived. So it's kind of in the present moment. After that heartbreak, we all need a rest. So then we have the Four of Swords, and this card is very easy to read because she's laying down. She almost looks like she's, completely at rest and has lost her life, but it's not the case. She's just taking a rest, a respite, a retreat, a repose. She's in a position of calm. So it's a card of basically taking a break, and the rest that you need is coming. It's a card of recuperation. The Five of Wands, once again, fives are all about, there's my cheat sheet, change through strife, and the swords are all about strife, aggression even, and also boldness and courage. But here we have a great example of someone looking over their shoulder, laughing, thinking that they won, but basically they didn't. The victory is short-lived. It can be also someone that's trying to steal ideas. I've seen that come up in business readings, where the person essentially is stealing an idea from someone, they're trying to pull the rug out from someone. They're using tactics that are very deceiving. It can be a card of deception as well. So the Five of Wands can be a card, Five of Wands, sorry. Five of Swords can be a card of slander. It can be a card of gossip. It's basically a card of ill will towards someone else and someone trying to get away with something, but doing it in the sense that they think that they got away with it, but they essentially didn't. Now the Six of Swords is a very positive card. He's in his goose boat in this card, or his swan boat, and he's moving away. He's moving away, and he's on calmer waters, and the swords are in front of him. They're not behind him. And they're on both sides of him, so he's being released. And it's difficulties. The difficulties are over. It's brighter days ahead. Because of the translation and the symbolism of the water itself, it could be indicative of travel abroad or travel across water. This is a card of essentially moving out of difficulties. It can even be actual physical moving as well. It's another moving card. And here we go again with a more treacherous, deceptive looking card, the Seven of Swords. He is trying to get away with something. He's almost over the wall. He has the swords that he apparently stole under his cloak. Half of them are sticking out. He's very sloppy at what he's doing. So the Seven of Swords can be a card of someone trying to be sly, deceptive, trying to get away with something, trying to pull the wool over your eyes, but they're essentially going to get caught by the indication of this card. It's not something that is going to be easily thought out or plotted well out. They're basically going to get caught, and they're very sloppy at their actions, and this can be a card of deception as well. Here we go with the Eight of Swords. This is a card of restriction. She's blindfolded, she's tied up, the swords are surrounding her as if she's imprisoned, and it's mostly a card of imprisonment within the mind. Worrying too much, anxiety. This can even indicate depression, feeling trapped in your mental makings of continuous negative thought, worry. It's a great card of worry as well. So when you see this card, this essentially is reminding you that you have the abilities to release yourself from these restrictive surroundings. It's a card of also feeling stuck or feeling trapped. The Nine of Swords, the swords are not that positive. It's not a positive series, but it has a purpose. The Nine of Swords is just traditionally known as the nightmare card, sleepless nights, anxiety, troublesome dreams, not sleeping at all, worried, awake at night. This can be a card of fear, of unable to move on. So this is a card of desperation or despair. And this card I have seen in relationship readings when the client can't sleep, the client can't move on, the client can't let go, the client's just letting this issue or relationship or situation totally take over their lives. And it's a message of the Tarot is indicating that. The Tarot is validating that for the client. The Ten of Swords is the swords, all of them are stabbed into his back. He is thus bleeding profusely everywhere. You can't even see his face. This is a card of actual betrayal, backstabbing, manipulation behaviors, a card of ultimate endings, disappointment. It's the Ten of Swords, so it's a completion card, but there's transcendence from this. It may be over, you felt the pain, the sting of that, but it's enabling you to thus move on. However, it will be painful. Going into the court cards, the Page of Swords, very much light on their feet, quick thinking, swiftness. It can also be a card of gossip. Once again, this could be a child relatable to the air signs or a situation. In situations, I've seen this as potential gossip. This could be spying. This could be people talking. This could be having to think quickly in situations, being light on your feet, being able to go with the flow and not stalling on an issue. And it can be a card of communication, but it can also be a great indicator of gossip or other people are kind of spying on you, and it's kind of a warning card, especially in readings. Just be on the lookout. Here we go with the Knight of Swords that I always refer to as the drama queen in the deck, but the Knight of Swords comes in. He is ready for battle. He's very courageous. He comes in, makes his statements, very bold about it, and then he exits very quickly. So he stirs up trouble, and he comes in and he goes out. He's not here to stay. So when the Knight of Swords appears, there may be movement or things happening that may create chaos or frenzy, and then out the door he goes. So this is also like a warning card as well, but it's needed, it's warranted, it's supposed to kind of clear things out to make way for new. The Queen of Swords is traditionally known as the Widow card in the deck. She has appeared in readings for women who have been widowed from my experience. The Queen of Swords is more of a stoic nature. She's very logical. She's very prone to depression, can be prone to anxiety. She's not the happiest queen in the deck, but she serves her purpose and indicative of characteristics or personalities. The King of Swords is interesting because he has characteristics or personalities of being very much diplomatic, a problem solver, very much in command. It can be a leadership card as well. He has a lot on his shoulders. He has a lot of responsibility, and his main objective is to take that responsibility and to really, he's serious about it. So this can be very much tied to people in the legal field. I've seen that, attorneys, policemen even. So this is someone who's taken his job very seriously because he has to. So that's the suit of the Swords. Next, we're going to go into the suit of the Pentacles. And we begin with the Ace of Pentacles. So get out your Pentacles suit. The Ace of Pentacles is a beautiful card. The pentacle itself is a coin. They sometimes refer to them as coins or pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles can be a new job. This could be a new beginning in finances. This could be an upswing in finances. This can be an inheritance. I've seen that happen in readings. When the Ace of Pentacles has appeared, someone has received an inheritance or a large sum of money. This could even be promotions. This could be new beginnings or a new wave of financial prosperity. So that's a beautiful card to see, the Ace of Pentacles. So that's a great card for aces in terms of new beginnings with money. The Two of Pentacles is handling more than one thing or juggling different things in your lives. It could be juggling finances. It could be juggling more than one job. It could just be juggling the things that are going on in your lives. But it's very much about balance. It's very much about trying to keep that all in balance. But it can very much be tied to finance and the ups and downs of having money, having little money. The Three of Pentacles is a great card about craftsmanship or learning or having the skills needed to continue on your career path or whatever you're doing for work. It's a great work card if you are studying, if you are chipping away at something that you're very passionate about that will bring you much financial gain and reward. So it's really a card reminding you to keep going at it, to keep chipping away at it, to keep perfecting your craft, whatever that is in your lives. The Four of Pentacles is a funny card because it can mean two different things. It can mean stability with finance. It can also mean not wanting to let go and being a real penny pincher and kind of being a Scrooge when it comes to your money and not wanting to share any of it or let go of it or to even spend any of it. It can also be holding on too tightly to possessions. I've seen this card come up in relationship readings. It can even mean possession in relationships from the other person, but begrudgingly holding on too tightly to whatever it is and not wanting to let go. The Five of Pentacles is interesting because the Five of Pentacles can indicate financial loss. You can see the two characters on this card. One has lost its leg, they're bandaged up. One is cold, it's snowing outside, they're pretty much down and out. And it's a card of loss. This could be financial loss, losing a job, unemployment, being basically broke. This also can be a card of feeling as if you're roughing it out on your own, you have no support, feeling very lonely, loneliness even. This card has come up in relationship readings, indicative of loneliness, feeling left out in the cold, and also financially being left out in the cold, not having enough. So when this card comes up, it can have an array of meanings, but it basically is not everything's just gone to pot. So things aren't looking too good, and you're pretty much down and out. So that's a kind of a sad card. That's one of the saddest cards in the tarot deck. Then we have a breakthrough. We have the Six of Pentacles, and he is dispensing gold to people's hands, and he's finding the charitable side of himself. He's able to give. This is a real card of generosity, charity, giving to others. This can also be indicative of others giving to or being generous with other people, or other people being generous to them. So it's sharing the wealth, it's sharing their financial gift, it's helping others out. The Seven of Pentacles is, as you can see, he's hoeing away in a field somewhere, I guess, and he's got his pentacles all around him because his money is on his mind and his mind's on his money. So he's taking a break and looking at how far he's come. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of long-term growth, or taking a pause, taking a pause on his continued journey. It's a card of long-term growth or long-term goals, and to keep going at it even if you haven't seen all the financial gain that you want to see. The Eight of Pentacles is interesting because it's a child and he's chipping away at making one of the discs or the coins, and it's a card of the earliest stages or beginnings of something. This could be starting a new job, this could be training, education, going to school, learning something new, something that you haven't done before that you're beginning to do in a new job. This is a card of apprenticeship, studying, whatever it is that the person may be doing to make more money or to go into a different career direction or something tied to their work. The Nine of Pentacles is a beautiful card. The Nine of Pentacles, I've seen this come up for a lot of single women. This is a single woman who's in her garden with her, I think it's an eagle that's depicted. And it's in the Rider-Waite deck, I think even the woman's correlated or is attributed to the goddess Athena, who often had an owl on her shoulder. But she's very much enjoying the solitary enjoyment of her life. She's abundant, she's financially wealthy, she's stable and solitary, but yet she's happy with that because she's able to take care of herself and she's accomplished it all on her own. I would say this is a very feminist card in the tarot deck. It really is. It's a very feminist card in terms of a woman being able to take care of themselves. And it's interesting that it is in the tarot deck because I think it really is a feminist card, so it's very interesting. The Nine of Pentacles is very much a single card, a solitary card, but able to financially take care of yourself or even be financially stable or wealthy. Now, the Ten of Pentacles, I think, is a very much a family card in terms of legacies, family businesses. This could be family inheritances. This is much, things are very much tied to money and the family. Family helping each other out, supporting one another. So it's very much a family card as well, like the Ten of Cups. It can also be a very good card for stability in finance or in your job. Here we go forth with the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles can very much be things associated with a child or a situation. In terms of a situation, this could be a situation with work, the efforts needed to grow or growth in a job situation. And it can also be being able to access that part of ourselves in our work where we feel very comfortable in what we're doing. The Knight of Pentacles is very interesting because it's a card of slow and steady progress. His horse isn't moving as the other knight's horses are because it's slow, steady progress. It's having the stability and knowing that the money is coming in, but there's no need to rush it. It is there. It's almost as if it's a reminder in a reading to say all is well. It will happen on kind of like all in good time. There's no need to panic, and it's progress financially, and knowing that you will progress financially. The Queen of Pentacles is my favorite card, and if you've ever heard of me, if you've ever heard me describe her as the Martha Stewart card, because the Queen of Pentacles is very financially stable. She's very innovative. She's creative. She loves to be outside. The Pentacles are very, in their images, tied to the earth. They're very rich with green color. They're very much filled with floral design, trees. She's very connected to the earth. She's very connected to creativity. She's stable. She's happy with what she does. She's also compassionate and generous with her money. She's financially stable. So this is a good card for business women as well. She's very much capable of taking care of herself. And last but not least, the King of Pentacles. He is a very earth-centered kind of king. He's very much, I think when I see the King of Pentacles, he is very much enriched by not needing to have too much in his life, because his security and his stability may come from financial wealth, but he doesn't go around bragging about it. He's very confident, he's very stable, he's grounded, and he's practical with his money. He doesn't need to spend it or flaunt it or show it off. He's very practical with his money, and he's very honest. But if the King of Pentacles appears, even if it's for a male or female client, this could be indicative of real great stability with money, or it could even indicate like a financial advisor. It could be something in terms of a banker. It could be in something in terms of someone who may help you with finances. So we have summed it up for each suit, and please feel free to rewatch this lesson because it is a lot. And in terms of seasons, where I live in the northern hemisphere on the east coast of the United States, we're in the season of summer. The aces all correlate to a season. The Ace of Cups is tied to the season of summer, and then we're going to go into the season of fall. And the Ace of Pentacles for my studies is the season of fall. Then we're going to go into winter. The Ace of Swords in terms of timing is tied to the season of winter. And then we go into spring. So the season of spring is the Ace of Wands in terms of timing. And I'm not going to talk too much about timing because it can get a little complicated, and we're not ready for that. It's too much already to just jump into the minor arcana. I don't want to overwhelm you. So essentially we have broken it down by each suit, each card in each suit. So I hope you have a better understanding of what each card means, and the different elements of each suit is very important. The homework for this week is to combine your 22 major arcana with the remaining 56 minor arcana that we just spoke about. Put them together. I want you to shuffle them. If you want to do a spread for the week or a spread each day, you're now going to use the entire deck. Ask a question with the whole deck. And if you have questions about how should I shuffle, it's nothing that there's no rule book on how to shuffle the cards. I personally have my own method of shuffling, as do many readers. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm not teaching you how to read them reversed, so make sure if they do get reversed that you turn them upright. But you want to, of course, clear your mind, focus, breathe, do a little meditation. Just make your mind go blank. Form the question and shuffle. And shuffle as long as you want to until you feel the need to stop. I don't personally fan them out. Some readers do. I shuffle hand over hand until I feel the need to stop. And then I like to split them. So I'll take the middle and I'll split them and I'll put them out in threes. And then I'll take the middle deck and put it on top. I mean, I have my own little system. It's kind of wacky, but that's just what I do. Some people fan them out. Some people draw a card. Some people, whatever you feel comfortable with. There's no rhyme or reason. It's whatever you feel comfortable with. So your homework assignment is to combine all the cards together. Do a little spread. Ask your question. And see what's coming up for your week, or see what's coming up for the day, or see what's going to happen possibly with, whatever's happening in your lives. Try to interpret it on your own. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. I can help you with your homework. If you even want to post it on the video below, because I check the comments periodically. So have fun with it. Relax. You're on your way. Next week, we're going to culminate the whole lesson and touch upon different aspects of the tarot. So thank you for joining me again. I hope you enjoyed Lesson 3, Week 3, Crossing the Bridge from the Major Arcana into the Minor Arcana. Thank you for watching. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week for our final lesson, Lesson 4. Take care.